Hi, Sue here from A Life More Organised. I was on BBC Radio Solent this morning with Alan talking through my top tips for working from home or for homeschooling. As we know, we're spending all our time at home at the moment, and our homes are serving as office spaces and schools and houses and gyms and everything else. So it's very, very easy for the lines to get blurred and for work to spill into home life. And I've got 3 top tips that I just wanted to walk through, just in case you didn't hear them this morning. My first tip is something that really helps if you've got several people working from home, or maybe one person working from home and you're also homeschooling at the same time. And that's to have a quick huddle first thing in the morning, 5 minutes over a coffee, just to talk through what the day is going to look like for you. So we do it in our house just so we know who's going to be on a video conference when, so we can make sure that our youngest isn't streaming on Wi-Fi and doesn't interrupt that feed. It also helps if you're on a phone call, that's really important, so you know to keep the kids quiet during that time. My second tip is to help you create a clear and easy to work from environment. Now, in the office, you might have a desk that's got everything you need to hand. So you might have your stapler, your hole punch, ruler, pens, everything either on your desk or in one of those little pedestal units underneath it. Now, that's unlikely to happen at home and really depends on whether you're hot desking in the dining room, the kitchen, or wherever it happens to be free on that particular day. So one of the things I really recommend doing is to create something like a little box that has everything you need in it for either working or for homeschooling, and you can just get that out when you're doing that activity and then pop it away afterwards. So I've got something like, I always like to use a basket because I think it looks a bit nicer, but in this basket I've got my hole punch, my stapler, even some staples just in case the stapler runs out. I've also got pens, I've got scissors, I've got sellotape. So I know everything I need is close to hand. It's not scattered all over the place. It also really helps because it means that I know where to find it, the kids know where to find it, and they'll come and get the whole basket, we'll use it and then put everything away in the basket, so we're not looking for things to use during the session or whilst my husband's working. My third tip is to have a clear environment to work in. Now, if you've heard me talking before, you may have heard me mention things about clutter having an impact on your stress levels. Well, clutter also has an impact on your focus. And if you've got a desk that's full of stuff, it's really hard to focus and you might end up flitting from one activity to another and not actually achieving what you set out to do, or it just takes you an awful lot of time to do it. My tip here is to only have out the paperwork that you need for the task you're working on at that point in time. And that could be, whatever analysis you're doing for work, whatever report you're writing, or if you're schooling from home, whatever lesson the kids are working on at that particular point in time. And once you've finished that work, you tidy it away and you pop it back in either the school bag or your work bag or laptop bag, and then it's gone. And if you're working, you get the next bit of stuff out. For school kids, it's a case of that's the end of the lesson, you can go off now and play and do something else. Using your school bag and your laptop bag really helps as well, because at the end of the day you can pack everything away, including your laptop. That means that none of that paperwork that's really, really important is going to get tidied away helpfully by someone else so you can't find it. But it also really helps to signify the end of the working day and the school day, which then means that there's nothing around in the evening that's going to remind you of work. And you can just sit down and relax, and it's really important at this particular point in time that we all have that time to switch off and just have that family time together and relax and watch some telly. Thanks for listening. I hope you found it useful.